Maayong gabi sa atong mga pinalanggang viewers. Aniya na punta karon para sa usa ka makabuluhang diskusyon diri sa atong programa nga Partners in Law, brought to us by the Cebu Lady Lawyers Association. So kami, before tamang start, magpasalamat kami kay sa inyong continued support sa atong programa og nanuktok mi sa inyong mga kasing-kasing nga unta ato pong i-follow ang ato ang YouTube channel sa Partners in Law Celia. So just go to youtube.com and then search for Partners in Law Celia. Kay para sa ato ang mga viewers nga dili makaabot sa scheduled na broadcast sa atong show, pwede ra nato matanaw ang ato ang episode dito sa YouTube channel. And ako di ay ang inyong host for tonight's episode. I am Attorney Phoebe Charis Albano. Kauban nako karon si Attorney Faith Marie Borden. Mayong gabi, Attorney Faith.
Mayong gabi, Atty. Phoebe. Mayong gabi ka natong tanan, mga atong viewers. Hi! Ako di ay si Atty. Faith Marie Borden, ang co-host ninyo for tonight. So, before to magsugod sa ato ang diskusyon, brief introduction lang kung unsa ato ang discussion for tonight. I think you're very familiar now with what we will be discussing tonight. It's more on cryptocurrency. So this has been gaining popularity for the past few years, especially last year pag pandemic nga kanang nakasugkat man siguro mo ani nga daghan kay magsigig post sa social media about cryptocurrency. Dili lang siguro mo familiar nga cryptocurrency siya, but more on, it's actually popularly known as Bitcoin. So tonight, in order to discuss more on cryptocurrency, we have here our esteemed guest from the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas. He has been in the industry for more than 15 years. He's a manager in the BSP, and he is also a former associate of SGV, Gores Velayo. So here with us is Attorney Gary V. Maningo. Hi, Attorney. Good evening.
Welcome to Partners in
Welcome to
Law.
Good evening,
Partners in
Attorney
Law.
Faith, Attorney Phoebe, and it's nice to be back here, no, as a guest sa Partners-in-Law sa Celia. Mayong gabi sa thousands of viewers sa Partners-in-Law dito sa Visayas o sa Mindanao, and I'm so happy to be back here to discuss something very interesting like cryptocurrency. So I'll do my best to
Educate.
impart what I know about this topic.
Okay. So, kanang for our viewers, we understand nga kaning concept of cryptocurrency is very vague pag yun. Uta kasabot unsa ni siya. Naray mo offer nato nga invest ta ani nga cryptocurrency because it will guarantee us a certain percentage of return. Pero what do we really understand about cryptocurrency? Muna ato i-discuss karong gabi una. But before we delve into the nature, unsa gyud na siya, let's first talk about Philippine peso as our currency. So, as manager of the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas, can you give us, sir, a little background on our Philippine peso nga currency?
Before that, no, we actually have a kanang murabag kanang education program sa BSP pagpasabot og sa ning ato Philippine peso, how do we handle our currency and bills. So I hope there's also another segment on the Philippine peso before we go to a more complicated such as cryptocurrency. So a little backgrounder, or I hope nga ang general public aware gyud, no, about our currency, our very own Philippine peso. So kanang Philippine peso, that's a legal tender, no, mo na gamito nato pagpalit, and every kanang sovereign country nagid sila kagalingon nga currency. Ang atua Philippine peso. There's also Mexican peso.
Yes.
No? Lain sad nga peso. That's like dollar na, American dollar na, sa Hong Kong dollar na, others. So ato ang BSP gitahasan sa atong constitution, atong balaod sa Central Bank Act to be the sole issuer of the Philippine peso, no? Kita sad ang mo print sa Philippine peso to produce the coins and bills, no? Para mahimo siyang legal tender. So makita nato sa Philippine peso nga ito ay bayarin ng Bangko Sentral. So guaranteed by the central bank and the Philippine government. So mo na makita nimo ang signature sa ato ang bills na signature sa President of the Philippines and the central bank governor, no? So it can be used to pay debts both public and private domestically. Of course, kung internationally na itong magamit, kay dollar ang may dawato nila or other currencies. So, for domestic debt, public or private, magamit gid na to and even also purchase of goods ang Philippine peso. So, na mga under the law, no, we cannot issue coins more than the asset of the BSP. So, na mga limitations. And there are a lot of factors, economic factors that we look at before we produce more bills and coins, no, to be circulated in the public. And right now we have about 1.7 trillion pesos, no, in circulation in our economy. So if we want to produce more, we have to consider daghan nga mga economic indicators, especially ang kanang international reserves ato. We have to look at that. We want to make sure nga the notes that we issue are backed up by actual assets, no? Parehara na siya kanang issue kag note ba mangutang ko niya.
Guaranteed ba?
Ang lender mutan-aw gid sa imuha capacity na ba kay asset or issue lang kag note. No? So ang value sa atua mag-agad sa gid sa atua economy, atua BSP ang atua international reserves. So dili ta ingon inana kasayon-sayon nga mag-release lang o mag-print og bag-o nga kwarta and gawas ana the increase of money circulated in the public will also possibly increase inflation. So nasa inflationary effect, no? Kaya kung daghan nagkwarta, let's say ako silingan milyonaryo na. So ako maligya ba ko sari-sari store, maligya ba ko pan or kuan, di mo mahal gid, di ba? Ako pandesal instead of pila mo na 5 pesos, may mo ng 10 pesos. Kaya milyonaryo naman ako mga silingan. Na naman sila kwarta. So inana siya, so hindi na siya inana ka sa yun. So going back, so this is a physical money and Philippine peso, bills and coins, something that we can feel and touch, no? We also have a seminar day, no, sa BSP, how to detect fake money. So that's something I think that the viewers are also interested. No, dili na nato siya i-discuss, but there are security measures, no, in place in our bill para dili siya dali mapiki. So there's also e-money as opposed to, this is also different from cryptocurrency.
Okay.
So we have the physical money, that's something that we can feel, the bills and notes, and we also have e-money like your
Debits.
your cash, no, GCash or that's e-money, no, something you can, but that's legal then, that's still the same peso, no, you can use it to purchase goods and services. Okay, but that's not cryptocurrency.
Okay. It's still considered legal
that's
tender.
still fiat money. Okay.
Fiat money.
So na limitations ang physical money, di ba? So under sa BSP circular, it's a legal tender pero na limitation, no? Like 1 peso mo adto ka mo palit baron ka, di ba? Magdakag usa ka sako nga 1 peso. You can only purchase up to 1,000 worth of goods. No?
For
So di ka
1
pwede
peso coin.
or every 1 peso coin.
Yes.
Kung lesser denomination like 25 cents, only up to 100 pesos. O bayad ka only up to 100 pesos worth of product or service. So di ka pwede dito magdakag usa ka sako nga puro 1 peso to purchase a good. Pwede ka yun siya nga May mga, legal tender man eh.
Dili.
Oo, pero up to 1,000 lang.
Yes, attorney kay. Di ba nato yung news before nga as vengeance attorney, he paid the
Oo, di pwede kayo
kuan.
deny. Di ka dili dawaton.
Actually, pwede dili dawaton kung
Pwede
puro
dawaton.
coins. Kaya dili siya considered na as
Yeah,
legal
bro,
tender.
binuangon sa nang inanong.
Oo.
Kuha na lang, ang bill na lang, no? Or check, no? Commercially, acceptable gid ang check. Bitaw na atay BP22 para usahay man good ila kanang abi nila they can do away with issuing check ba. And so kuan sad na siya. It's not like legal tender anyway. Even if it's a manager's check, no? So kana little mo na siya backgrounder sa atong kuan. Now this is a fiat currency because just like in other countries, this is backed up. There's a sovereign guarantee. This is backed up by a country, no? So as opposed to a cryptocurrency, wala man, no? So mo na siya ang kuan kanang main difference gid. Also, ang fiat currency, ang Philippine peso or dollar or dollar baron, nagi chance mapiki siya, no? Like nagan matag mga counterfeiters nga kanang kuan, no, madakpan pero karon nakalisod na og pikion nga tuwa kwarta kay daghan na kay security measure kanang measures nga gibutang gid sa pagprint, no, sa kwarta. But nagya po yung mo fake, no? Ang cryptocurrency lisod siya i-fake, no? Lisod siya ma-hack. Pero daghan siya og limitations, no? So ang mo gina ang main nga difference gyud nganong ang cryptocurrency dili pa gyud siya widely acceptable kay wala man gyud country nga tag-iya o number one wa sila nag-regulate
Yes.
sa
Pero sir, we read in the news lang earlier, di ba, Attorney Faith? El Salvador is considering cryptocurrency as legal tender daw.
well yeah actually sa ato di pa siya legal tender but it will also not prevent you kung acceptable kana magong transaction between two parties, ang usa ni bayad, ang usa ni dawat sa payment, no? Kung acceptable nila, then that's okay. Dili mo apil-apil ang government ana. As long as acceptable sa imuha gibayran, pwede ra, no? Pero to force him to accept Bitcoin or a cryptocurrency, di sa na pwede. No?
Or unay possibility, sir, like ang banks itself would consider accepting cryptocurrency,
Depende.
but na ay possibility
Kasi,
in the future.
I do not know. You're in the future. Pero, mo na siya, ang legal tender is, di ba, if there's a tender payment, o niya under sa ato abalaod, ano, ya pwede mo nimo kung di nimo dawaton i-deposit nimo as a proof nga nagi tender kay di kan man na kanang legal tender man ang imugi bayad, pero kung cryptocurrency di nimo mapugos, no, ang recipient. So mao na so kani moto ang ato Philippine peso backed up by sovereign guarantee, it's physical asset, naagid siya value, tradable siya. Ang ato alang kuan Philippine peso, di lang gid pareha sa uban nga sa dollar, sa euro, sa Japanese yen, na widely acceptable worldwide. That wherever you go, kung magdakag dollar, ma-exchange gid nimo sa local currency. Ang ato alang Philippine peso, daghang kisig limitations. You cannot go to another country and say and demand for the exchange of peso to a dollar baron or ila local currency. So ang bahato nimo diri pa lang sa Pilipinas,
Pa-exchange
before ka
siya.
mularga, magpa-exchange sa kadaan, kay magbakasyon ka, di ba? O diri na ka magpa-exchange
Pero sir,
daan.
what's the reason behind na nganong dili pa acceptable ang ato ang Philippine peso?
We cannot force it also
To other
to
countries.
the other country to accept or to kuan. They would rather accept dollar because they can use dollar also to pay their debts. Di ba? So, kung ako'y country na diri magdakag kuan, I can say no. But if you're paying like euro, dollar, yan na, these are tradable kanang currencies ni worldwide. So mo na siya natay foreign exchange market, no? Wala ang peso diha. Foreign exchange market abroad. So it's the biggest market, no, in trade in terms of volume, no? So in the world. So ana mo na mag-move ang value sa dollar against euro. Mo na siya ang kuan. Um, so the Philippine peso, that has a limitations, no? You can also not you cannot bring money worth 50,000 abroad. So, sa kuan sa napay risk of confiscation, no? Kung example magdasa kag $10,000 here, so as a possibility ma-confiscate. That's for another topic. So muna, cryptocurrency, this is a digital currency. This is something that we can feel ang ato Philippine peso. Cryptocurrency, wala siya government or regulator nga nag-back up niya. As opposed to the peso, of course, we're the one issuing it, we're the ones regulating it. So we determine kung pila lang ang pila ka peso nga i-circulate. But sa cryptocurrency, let's say for example, Bitcoin. By the way, Bitcoin is just a type of cryptocurrency. Nasa daghan, Ethereum, the two main cryptocurrencies now, more than one half of the capitalization or market ilang i-dominate yun is Bitcoin and Ethereum. Ethereum is is about one half the size of Bitcoin. So this is a digital asset, no? Digital asset, not backed up by a government and not regulated. So mo na ang kalisod ana. So kung wala may government nga mo guarantee, mo na nga di nimo ma-force ang recipient nga mo accept sa Bitcoin.
Attorney Faith, before we proceed to your next question, we will have a short break. So we will be right back after this commercial.
Okay, welcome back viewers after the break. Since our esteemed guest has already started explaining what is cryptocurrency, so akong question is, what is essentially a cryptocurrency and how do they work in the business transactions and all? So since major players sa cryptocurrency kay ang Bitcoin man, as what our esteemed speaker has told us, Bitcoin and Ethereum. So how does it work? That's my question for now, sir.
Okay. Okay. Ang cryptocurrency, this is again a digital currency, an asset made up of codes, computer codes and everything.
Codes.
So cryptocurrency, unya na lang ako i-discuss tong kay ang murag interesado kayo ang general public. Cryptocurrency as a investment vehicle ba.
Yes.
Unya na lang tong investment kay there are two uses mo gud na investment side o kaning purpose niya utility as a mode of exchange or medium of exchange. So cryptocurrency, digital currency, it started around 2009, invented by an anonymous person, pero nagbilin siya og code name Satoshi Nakamoto, if I remember it right. But we don't know who that person is, no? Or whether or not organization ba na siya, an organization of computer programmers, or wa gid nakaila o nakahibaw kinsa na siya, but it's just, nigawas lang gid siya, no? Pero before that na mga papers and studies or innovations nga mura siya digital currency. Pero ang nag-popularize gid sa cryptocurrency ang Bitcoin. Here in the Philippines, we don't call it, under our regulation, we don't call it cryptocurrency, pero pareha ra gyapon siya, we call it virtual currency. Pero pareha ra gud gyapon. So ayaw mo kakuan ba? Ka-confused, no? Kung na virtual currency, kidaghan gini siya terms, virtual currency, cryptocurrency, pareha ra siya, no? So, there are only 21 million Bitcoins. So, ako lang i-discuss, for example, ang ato kay Bitcoin may pinakasikat, muli ato i-discuss as a, but naidaghan cryptocurrencies yun. Usahay na mag-imbento cryptocurrency, ipasod nila sa market, they call it initial coin offering, ICO. So mag-initial coin offering, mura bag ka ng initial stock offering bitaw sa
Sa
Philippine
stock
Stock
market.
Exchange, o sa stock market. So mag-introduce niya sa market ba. Pero kanang Bitcoin, siya may nauna, he's been there even before the market started. Before na trading platform sa cryptocurrency, kaya siya may pinakauna. Karon daghan nag-aayo ni follow. So daghan nag mga cryptocurrencies traded in the market. But that's on the investment side. So, ang atua sa BSP, going back. So, cryptocurrency, inig magamit mo siya to pay for goods and services or to pay kung willing ang mudawat, no? But how do you move it? Ang imo Bitcoin na sa imo wallet, digital wallet, dili physical wallet, but something in your phone or in your computer, it's a digital wallet. Like your GCash, for example, or Payma, it's a digital wallet of e-money, no? Pero kani, you can also have a digital wallet made up of Bitcoins and other currencies. So when you send it, there will be a validation process, no? Ang validation process nga na musud ang mga miners kanang Bitcoin mining. Have you heard of that kanang one nga? Indot sa kunog mo kita ka mag Bitcoin mining para ba nakasabot umon sa ang Bitcoin mining. Nakit ang kuan man gud ang Bitcoin pag-process niya because it's made up of very complex codes, computer codes. Kinahanglan siya mura ka nang kakuan mo anang kuan encryption bitaw cryptography kay encrypt niya. So mura bag inig-transfer na ko sa imo code, di nimo mabasa, you need someone to validate it para madawat nimo, like a data for example, encrypted siya, nigbalhin nimo, you need a password para ma-decrypt nimo. So something like that. Kasi so ang Bitcoin kung ibaligya nimo or imo siya ibayad, kinahanglan siya og validation. Ana mo so ng mga miners, no? Tawag og Bitcoin miners. So for the services done, they get paid with Bitcoin also. So na sila incentive ba? So mo na ako'y makailan rin na buon ano sa mga nag-Bitcoin mining ko. So ang ila internet cafe gi-convert og Bitcoin mining because ang Bitcoin wala man gud siya kuan. It relies on third parties ba para mo process. Wala man siya hardware, wala man siya company nga tag-iya, decentralized man siya, di ba? So mo na mga Bitcoin mining ganahan sila magnegosyo sad, musud sila ang inana. Ang uban na mga internet cafes, bought kanang hardware, invested a lot of money, and to decrypt or analyze and process complex programs and computer codes, it requires a lot of hardware. Also requires a lot, I've heard sa mga kailangan ng Bitcoin mining, grabe ang consumption sa electricity. Kaya grabe mo ang computing power required ba? Yan na siya ka-complex. And uban na kanang daghan na kay sila coolers kay kadali ra kang buinit ang ila hardware, ina na siya kalisod. But for the services done, they get paid by Bitcoin also. So kung once validated na nila, na-process na nila, that's when madawat na sa recipient. So murag to siya murag validation niya ba. Oo. Muna siyang maingon nga lisod kuno pikion. The technology behind cryptocurrency is what we call blockchain. So, have you heard of But blockchain has many uses. Pwede siya katong to store sensitive information para dili siya mapiki because blockchain works with distributed ledgers. Murag ang database mo daghan nga ledger ba. You can fake one but you cannot fake thousands and other ledgers. Like if we hold the three of us a data, kung ma-fake nimo ang usa or ma-change nimo, ma-verify ra namo ano di man pareha sa mo So you need to fake. Dapat i-fake nimo tanan, which is as they say, I'm not a computer expert. Impossible daw, no? To do it. So that's the technology behind it is blockchain. So mao na siya, and wala man siya government, wala man siya control, decentralized man siya. It can easily be sent from one country to another, no?
Okay.
So ikaw magpada kag dollar, let's say remittance, you go through the traditional channels, remittance agents, na ba cost, tako ba ang cost, no?
Yes.
So, ang advantage sa Bitcoin, transfer of one currency from one person to another, regardless of location, is very cheap. No? Very
Efficient
cheap.
pag yun.
Oh. So, mo na siya ang one of the major good advantages
Of
sa
cryptocurrencies.
virtual currency, no? Ang magpadaka og kuan lisod kaayo na yung cost. Hagikag ka ng i-wire transfer maron nimo bank to bank. Nasa cost, no? Ako sa og cost unlike sa virtual currency.
Pero
Na-
sir, kanang we mentioned about lesser cost, but it also comes with a risk man, sir, no? Kay you mentioned earlier nga, di ba, it's not regulated cryptocurrency.
Let's go now to regulation. Now, BSP issued Circular 944 in 2017. In fact, there are many virtual exchanges now here in the Philippines. So, ang kaning virtual exchanges mo ni pag exchange, for example, anak kay Bitcoin, he wanted to exchange it with peso kay mao lagi ay madto ka sa karinderya. Di mo dawat og Bitcoin. So, ang imo Bitcoin, kung nakay Bitcoin, you have to exchange it to peso.
Yes.
So na yung mga VCE, virtual currency exchanges nga gi-register nato. But we don't guarantee, like we don't do technology audit kung kay bawa kita nga tinuod asakto ba gid ang pag-exchange mo sa Bitcoin to kwan, wa bay kuwang, wa bay sobra. So we don't do that. Ang mga virtual currency lang kay naman gud siya potential nga gamiton sa mga scammers,
Yes.
fraudsters, for terrorist financing and everything like that. So dapat kontrolado siya in a way nga tanang transaction mo report nimo or na-hold ang kuan. So basically for monitoring lang gid, for of course for AMLAC purposes, no. But beyond that, wala mi kuan. In fact, the circular is very short, no. 3 pages naman siguro.
Or regulation.
2 pages.
Regulation ra sa katong
Reportorial lang, ang
Reportorial
report
lang
sila.
yun
O, so, dili gid ningon, it's not illegal per se, no? Parehara gud na siya sa 5-6 attorney. Kung 5-6, it's not actually illegal, no? It's illegal because it's not registered. So, you do 5-6, naku kay great, wala man tayo usury law, no? Pero nahog siya illegal, kaya wa man na-register. Pareha sad na, if you do an exchange, for an exchange nga dili registered sa atua, well, una na kay peso, then okay ra. Pero mao na siya, pwede na mo ipa-close ka ng exchange kay wa man siya na-register. Wa man siya, it could be basi gamiton niya sa mga kuan, for example, terrorist financing and everything. So violation sa AMLA. So kana lang, no? Kana lang ang amo regulation, no? But you have to be very cautious and you have to tanawon gid nimo and kay kung naay potential risk of loss during the transaction, wala gi legal protection pa, no? Siguro you can find some provisions sa civil code or other criminal
So,
revised
dili
penal
siya
code.
kuan siya
Pero walay specific law pag yun.
so dili jud siya ka like insured nga
No, definitely. It's not insured. The deposit on your wallet is not insured with the PDIC.
compared with the deposit in your bank.
Wala siya inana. Oo. So, and when you have a digital wallet, you also have a private key, no? Mataas kayo na siya nga alphanumeric nga kuan, lisod kayo, di kina ma-memorize kay pretty taas na. So, uban na i-convert na QR code, so when you do transaction, scan lang ang QR code so you can transfer. So, naay public key o private key, no? Ang public key kung magamit na nimo kung when you send transaction to somebody, no? Or the private key. Kung mo receive sad ka, so you have a public key para anyone can just send money to you. So, mauna ang kuan. Now, so ang mga viewers gid nato siguro mas interested gid sila about kanang investments, no?
Dito attorney kay katong last year gyud during pandemic kanang makit-an gyud nako bisag sa social media nga kana although dili kay nila ingon nga on its face nga cryptocurrency siya but they have been kanang ganing gi-publicize nila o enticing people to invest
Invest.
invest kay kanang easy money kay ihatag nimo ang money dira, i-invest nimo ang money dira pero naay mabalik nimo mas dako niya within a month or within a week ra gani and eventually mo to siyang murag daghan kaayo ang na entice to join or to kana invest sa cryptocurrency. So bisag karon murag I think kasagaran stereotype yun sa cryptocurrency is an investment, not more on the
As a
currency, as a mode of
oo,
mode
mo
of
na iya
exchange.
ha, murag utility purpose ba as a mode of exchange. Kay dako gid siya gamit no. If soon no, central banks and other governments will adopt cryptocurrency and there will be regulation, no? So murag ang katong mga diehard yun nga advocate sa cryptocurrency, di sila ganahan regulation.
Oh, okay.
Kaya defeats the purpose daw inana. Kaya kung na regulation, there will be fees involved,
Yes.
di ba? Yeah. Di man ka pwede regulation lang, you have to pay the regulator. So there will be fees. So magka-expensive na ang cryptocurrency transaction. And so they want to work outside the government, outside protocol. So mo na siya ang kuan. But I think in the future, it has to a point nga it has to be regulated. If anak magud na siya, if naay daghan users na gyud, let's say even a sari-sari store would want to accept Bitcoin na, then it will be regulated. So just like any other kanang product or item, kung in demand gani, na gini investment side dayon, no? Daghan kay mga scammers dahil mingon invest mo ani kay this is the talk of the town now, sikat kay ni, di ba? O labi nag si Elon Musk mo tweet o Bitcoin o lo. Idol kay nimo siya kay richest man in the world. O di mo follow gid ka, no? Oo, so ana man no dayon mga oportunista, mga scammers. Lisod kay na musud kag investment nga nga ikaw mismo wala ka sabot. Kay lisod biya gid sabton ang cryptocurrency. No, I'm not a very techy nga person, pero para makasabot ko, you know, ni kuha sa kong Bitcoin. Ang time ago katong bag-o pa ang Bitcoin. Para lang gid makasabot ko sa transaction. So lisod kayo na mag trial and error ka, wala kasabot sa transaction or the product nga imo gi-invest, no? So you don't know the forces behind the ups and downs of the prices sa Bitcoin. Muna lisod.
Attorney, before sa tayo mo padayon anang market forces behind the cryptocurrency kay kanang let's take a break. Let's see you guys after the break.
Welcome back, viewers. So, let's continue. So, as mentioned by Attorney Faith ganina, manamurag daghan kay naintay sa ning investment in cryptocurrency. Actually, in fact, si Attorney Gary, ning sunod sa siya kanang crypto, sir, di ba? Just to know. Unsa
Just
gyud na
to
siya.
know.
Wala mo ko'y
Just
milliones.
just to understand ba the concept kung unsa gyud ang cryptocurrency. Kay a lot of us, di ba, mga viewers, kaya ordinary people lang, kay main ganyo ba good ta basta moingon ang kaning person labi tagaan ta nilag testimony nga oy in just a few months kay daka palit na ko sakyanan na ko'y properties. So muna siya, attorney.
Well, just to clear no to clarify nga when I got the Bitcoin, I exchange it, I use it to buy a product. Mudawat sa Bitcoin, not really for investment purposes. So gisuwayan rin ako nga i-convert ang peso to a Bitcoin and Bitcoin to purchase to an item, and the item arrived, and then the excess Bitcoin that I have, I exchange it back to peso. So it works, no? So there are institutions nga mudawat og kanang Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies, no?
But wala pa siya cost, no?
Na transaction cost, but it's
okay.
not that
But it's not
kanang
a big-
kuan. Dili pwede libre ta. Okay, going back. So a Bitcoin, as I've said, that's what I read, no? There are only 21 million Bitcoins ko, no? But these Bitcoins are divisible into 8 parts. So 0.00 8 not 8 parts by 8. Basta na ay divisible siya by this much nga like ang peso na to divisible by pila ra man 100
100.
di ba kato pila to 8 decimal points pa ang 8 parts sa 8 decimal points so 0.0008 count ka inana ka siya ka pwede nga kanang ang divisibility niya ba 1 peso is divisible by 100 lang 1 centavo or may lower than 1 centavo pero makapalit kag 1 centavo ron wala na. Okay so mo na siya an item nga with so much kanang promise and utility and others are using it na walay nag-produce pagid og additional Bitcoin kasi there are only 21 million Bitcoin so in the future siguro rare na siya no musaka gid niya value so basically ang market forces supply and demand as usual no just like any other markets driven by supply and demand but beyond that what drives supply what drives demand wala kita kahibaw other than maybe speculations no I would like to believe ang business ko ang drive ginato to invest in Bitcoin or when to buy Bitcoin or when to sell Bitcoin in the market is speculation good no ako lain like na friend mingon nga mas nakita ko inana na mga news baron so you have to filter you know how you should know how to filter unsay fake news or unsay di kay ang uban ana magpagawas dayon kuno mga press release nga di tinuod so kung nindot usa kang value kung bati mo downside so lisod kayo na no kay even mga experts di na gani ka decipher kung unsay fake news o unsay kanang tinuod so makita lang nato dito sa graph nga nisaka siya ni ubos malipay ka kung nisaka mag-goal ka kung ni ubos so ingon ana gid siya lisod kayo i-santon ang movement niya sa pagsaka o pagkanaog. Basic in investing, you buy low, you sell high. Di ba? So dapat dili ka ulahi permi sa chismis.
Pero sir, also man usually ang assumption if one invests in cryptocurrencies.
Perception. Well, you have to invest at your own risk kay wala may legal protection gid kayo ani, no? Wala tay balaod, no? So you have to invest at your own risk. You cannot blame the government later on and say, I lost money in Bitcoins, no? Giilat ko sa Bitcoin. But kung naay nag-recruit nimo, that's another story. Naay nag-recruit nimo or nag-entice nimo to invest in this thing with a promise of return. Wa may promise ani of return king ano? Wa makakaibaw sa Bitcoin. Taas ba siya o di? Pero if there's somebody who will approach you and say, invest in this cryptocurrency with a promise of return, violation na, securities regulation law, di ba? Is there investment contract, etc. So, the investment solicitor must have a secondary license to accept investments. Diha na dali ang katong mga scammers nga daghan kayo, no? Daghan kay mga promise. Wa sila secondary license. So, you go to SEC, no? If you're a corporation, you go to SEC, natay mga 20 depositors rule. Beyond that, it could be considered as a quasi-bank kung nagpautang ka, kung lending ka. Pero kung merely as soliciting investment, you need to have a secondary license. Pero I'm sure wala na sila yung mga kuan mga ingon-ana.
Kanang nga na, sir ba, do you think maka-register na ang mo recruit for cryptocurrency nga investment?
That's why SEC has to study it, no? Dili kasi
So,
patuya
wala
mo
pa as of-
mo issue lang sila og kuan, mo issue lang sila og secondary license niya. Wala sila kahibaw kay at the end of the day mo reklamo ra bagid na nimo adto bagid na padung. So dapat careful sa sila nga as a regulator, they should know it, no? Unsa gid na siya ang kuan. Now dili gid na pwede nga mo guarantee ka og return kay market you win or you lose, di ba? Di man may kuan, so di ka pwede mo guarantee. Siguro mo dawat sila og in a form of transaction fee, no? For every trade. Kay adto ka sa sa cryptocurrency market, mo na transaction fee even if you go to Philippine Stock Exchange, di ba? You trade by your own without the aid of the broker, ikaw mismo. We have digital or and online trading platforms karon. Ay daghan sa even sa ato stock exchange, no? Or ikaw mo decide whether to sell, to buy, and the system gets ayaw ka ng transaction fees. You pay for every sell or for every buy. Na. But you bear your own risk. So mo na siya nga very important sa mga investors. You should understand, no? Lisod kayo sabton, I know.
Yes.
ang cryptocurrency market. Siguro ang advice na nako nga don't like sa gambling ba? Sa mo na
Risk.
don't gamble more than what you can afford. You can't afford to lose. Yan na. So mag-set up lang siguro kag let's say certain amount and say nga
You're willing
beyond
to lose.
this sobra mag-uul lagi yung maayo so so maura ni ako ikuan amount of money nga kuan nga pwede duwaon nga I can afford to lose kay ang Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, the market is very volatile. Na one day musaka og 5%, the next day daog sa 5%. They get very unpredictable, no? And that's what we've seen that in the recent months, no? Na mga personalities nga magsige lang, tweet or post
Kita na
about
nga mga personality.
Bitcoin. Nana. So, idol man nimo, so, appeal sad ka, nana. Mamalhin na sad og lain ka ng kuan. Amo daw na sad, di ba? Nana say bad news about this particular cryptocurrency. Di mo daw na sad, mag-uula sad ka, naapil ka. So, kana it's mao ginay kuan.
So, para sa itong mga viewers, kana importante kayo nga before we invest in something, dapat kasabot jud ta, di ba, attorney?
Yeah.
And if something is offered to you that is too good to be true, so, ana na siya. It's too good to be true, so meaning, dili yun na siya.
But yes, nakasabot sad ko unsay kanang reason behind cryptocurrency based atong discussion ni attorney nga kanang it's the efficient man siya in terms of kanang digital transactions, market transactions, especially nga mo cross na siya og border from sa tuon country to outside the country, and kana lang yun currently lang based sa ato ang discussion murag the current stereotype of cryptocurrency is na market siya as investment.
Yes.
Nga supposedly mas ang the idea behind is kana siyang
As a mode of exchange.
as a mode of exchange niya. Kanang currency siya nga dali ra siya mag-transfer in between markets. So you think, sir, kaning cryptocurrency is here to stay?
Yeah, I think so, no? Ang regulation mo would come, and the government and other states and international community will welcome it if there are many users. So mag-agad ra man kita, no? Anak mo gina mong gawas ang mga regulation kung daghan na.
Lagi.
Ulahi man ang kuan. Kung wala pa kayo gamit, di pala sad maayo nga mag-una-una ta, no? Pero kung daghan nagdigamit, let's say mao ginagingon mabot ang time nga even the sari-sari store nga accept ng Bitcoin, dapat kanang i-regulate na gid siguro nimo, no?
So,
Pero karon wala pa, di lisod pa kayo kanang i-preempt nimo. Kami nag-study sad. A lot of institutions are studying, conduct sila research ang effects sa Bitcoin, the possibility of adopting virtual currency. So karon nakita nato gani ang BSP gyud, no? We always espouse kanang digital kanang
transaction.
non-cash transaction. Mao gid ang ato kay it's very expensive to print money. No?
Sad.
I think we will spend 2 pesos to mint 1 peso. If I'm not mistaken, 2 pesos, 3 pesos. It costs us 3 pesos to mint 1 peso. Nya ilabay lang nato, di ba? Or baligya nato kay patimbang.
Bit.
It's if you mutilate and deface a coin or mutilate a bill, it's a criminal offense, di ba? Ang printing side of money, it's very expensive. Kay kung luyot na gani mo kwarta, imo man tanaw ni mo gunitan mo, pilo na gani na siya, padong na ubos, nya kumos na, it's unfit. So wanto ka sa bangko, pailisan yung bago. Yung bangko mo sa BSP, pailisan sa og newly printed bill, no? So it's very expensive. So kami mo advocate gid mi og kuan non-cash transaction, and Bitcoin or cryptocurrency is a mode of non-cash transaction. Maabot siguro ang panahon in the future, basig tanang transaction non-cash na. O labi na karon, no? Paymaya or GCash not to promote those products, but
Just
or
an example.
very convenient, no?
Yes.
Other kuan ba? Oh, you can pay your taxes through GCash or other kuan, Paymaya.
True.
Oh, karon madto kag restaurant, nakalimot kag daog kuan, kwarta, ilayo kang ATM, mudawat og GCash or Paymaya. No? Dawat og credit card. So, mao na, it saves us a lot of money. It's also secure. Sa office gani, there's one time sa canteen, murag every day, once a week, ang canteen na mo dili mo dawat og cash.
So,
Para yun, non-cash transaction yun. So, para mapugos gyud ang uban nga mo open og account o kanang kuan to practice kay lisod kayo nga mo advocate ka na ang imo mga employees dili walay account or dili knowledgeable ana. Pero karon very convenient na ang payment, no? Mangayog more sa lagi very convenient ang pag-transfer. Kung nay mangayo nimo, nay na ako GCash account, na koy kuan, dali ra kayo.
Dali ra kayo. Hindi na
Ana nimo sa kuan, ana nimo sa wallet,
Walay
kwarta, okay. Puri ra mi mo dawat og GCash. May maya, maglisod na kag balibad, no? So kana nga mga innovations, and I think the virtual currency is just taking it a little forward. Kay mo na nga medyo radical gid siya kaayo nga change nga we should look into as a mode of again currency or mode of kanang exchange. Very helpful gid kaayo, gamit kaayo ang virtual currency, but I would advise you to be very cautious on the investment side, kay diha gid manggawas ang mga scammers o na iban diha magpa-party dayon, mag-invite dayon, inana unya daghan kay mga entertainers, malinga na ka kay nindot na kayang show, nindot na kay kaon, libre pa, buffet pa, ighaman pa investon dayon ka, double your money in how many months. Nya gamiton dayon ang virtual currency or cryptocurrency as the main product kunuhay, nya nga mo na ni in karon, mo na ni sikat karon. So madani dayon, dali kay madani ang mga tao.
So, thank you kayo, sir, actually, kay murag mahumana ato ang wana. Hapit-hapit na yun. So, sir,
medyo heavy kay ito topic no?
medyo complicated.
Light na topic sa sunod nga one.
Complicated kay siya for our viewers, pero I hope nga natay nakuha gamay sa aton discussion karon.
Sa kuan, balik na lang ko sa ato sa Philippines. Asa tay ka ng kuan kanang coin recirculation program sa BSP nga ang coins dili dapat taguan, no? As long as napa na basig maabot ang time wala na coin nga physical coin magamit nimo, basig puro non-cash na, e-money na. So as long as napay coin gamito nato, dili na pwede taguan, dili na siya pang collector's item nga kuan. Gamito nato for the transactions as I've mentioned, no? 1.3 there are 4.1 billion pieces of notes circulated and about 35 billion in coins. So, mana mahibong ko, wa ko'y sinsyo, wa ko'y pangsukli. Asa naman na itong ipang circulate ng mga kwarta na to nga kuan? Asa mo itong yung ipang taguan, no? Niya, clean note policy, no? Dapat ingatan gid ninyo maayo ang ato bills, dili pwede ipilo-piloon. Ang narabigid ani common kaayo dito sa palengke, no? Mataparan og isda. So kuan naman madaot na. So tarungon ninyo, ibutang sa inyo wallet, one fold lang, ayaw pilo-pilo ang kadaghan, no? So take care of our money, no? Kay basig mabot ang point nga for our convenience pagud ni, no? Mo require na tatanan mag-open og kanang e-wallet or for non-cash transaction. Awa na gid in choice.
So, final word, sir.
Para sa itong mga
Para sa itong
viewers.
viewers.
Na-discuss naman ninyo final words.
Again,
So again, I'd like to thank sa thousands of viewers, partners-in-law, sa Celia. Thank you again for inviting me, Attorney Phoebe, Attorney Faith. I know this is your blessing of
blessing.
baptism of
Baptism.
baptism of fire. I hope sa next episodes kamulang gihapon, you know, there could be other resource speakers. Again, thank you for allowing me to share, you know, what I've learned, although dili kayo kuan inaana kalawom, no, of this topic about cryptocurrency.
Again, para sa itong mga viewers, this discussion is for you para kanang dili bitaw ta dali-dali og kailad sa mga offers nga that sounds so good to be true, because in most cases kung nindot kay offer murag dapat nato i-question.
But again, viewers, we're not saying cryptocurrency is a bad thing. Kay cryptocurrency is actually a way for a progressive country. Kay kanang according to our BSP, kanang we're going into the digital market man sad good, and cryptocurrency is a way nga dali ang transactions online and cashless sad pod. So kanang we're not saying cryptocurrency is bad. So magkuha mo cryptocurrency kay eventually this will be the norm, I think, for digital transactions. So mao to siya, cryptocurrency is not bad, but it's more on the investment side nga kanang magmatngon ta kung unsa atong gisudlan nga investment. So mao to siya, sir. Thank you kaayo.
Thank you so much for the enlightening discussion, attorney niya. Sunod na episode, we hope to invite you again para istoryahan po nato ang peso kay mo muna
on a
atong
lighter
currency
note na.
yun. So again, thank you so much atong viewers nga nagstay og pa tanaw karon adlaw.
Thank you sad kayo sa ato ang guest for tonight, Attorney Gary Maningo.
Thank you and God bless.